Polk County Parks and Recreation has an event coming up that's an old-fashioned celebration of when times were much simpler. The celebration, its venue, and all the rest of the details are coming up on Polk Place. Hello and welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Dion Spires. Today in studio we have Curtis Laubach, the Recreation Coordinator for Polk County Parks and Recreation. How are you doing today, Curtis?
Good, how you doing?
Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So you've got a pretty cool event coming up. It's going to throw it way back to old school Polk County, so we're going to get to that in just a second. Well, let's start off by talking a little bit about what is Parks and Rec, what do they do for the community on their regular basis?
Well, we have what we do is we host a bunch of our events, throughout the year. We also have some community centers that, a bunch of after-school programs and things like that. So,
cool. And which center? There's multiple centers in Polk County, to my understanding. Which one are you affiliated with?
I'm not really affiliated with a particular one. I help out occasionally at all of them, pretty much. In fact, yesterday I was at Wabash.
And what is your involvement with the events? Like, what does your position entail?
So I'm a recreation coordinator, so I'm planning events now. I'm planning this upcoming Good Old Days event. So what that means, I'm kind of contacting all the vendors and participants we'd like to have out to this year's event.
Cool. So you are a very big, important part of those events. It wouldn't really happen without you, right?
Yeah. Just try to put it together.
Nice. So you know a lot about what's coming up. We got the Good Old Days Festival coming up. Tell me a little bit about what that event is.
So like you said, yeah, the Good Old Days Festival is kind of an old-fashioned kind of teach people, educate people, about the lifestyle and of everyone and ancestors and kind of Polk County's history, specifically Homeland.
And where is this taking place? What's your venue like?
It's at Homeland Heritage Park. It's a small park. We have a bunch of old-fashioned buildings that have been restored. They're about from the late 1800s, so really old buildings. In fact, the schoolhouse is the oldest existing public schoolhouse in Polk County.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you guys work the schoolhouse and those buildings into the festival, or is that just kind of an atmosphere thing? Or
a little bit of atmosphere. They're all going to be open and they're all decorated, with items that have been donated to the park to kind of give it a good feel to it. So
nice, cool. So the community can explore those kind of while they're there.
Yeah.
Cool. So that kind of expands on the old-timey feel. It's a good setting for the event, it seems like.
Yeah.
What kind of activities are going to be there to really immerse the community in that old-time feel?
We'll have what we're calling a lot of pioneer experiences there. We'll have reenactors, kind of crafts going on. We'll have games, old pioneer games that children used to play. Also, along with that, we're going to have a Victorian Tea Experience. And what that is when they used to drink Victorian tea, it kind of used to be, a big deal, etiquette and things like that. So we're going to have a presenter there. She's going to kind of run you through how it used to be, and that's usually one of the popular events.
Nice. So tell me a little bit more about that Victorian Tea Experience. Is there like an extra cost for that, and how does that work as far as like what are people going to experience when they're doing that?
So there is no extra cost, it's all free. There's going to be food there provided along with the tea. We're going to have some nice tea sets there. And the only thing I would say is that there are time slots for it. So you have to be there at a specific time. And those two time slots are 12 o'clock and 1:15.
Okay, cool. I have a friend that's like big into teapots and like all that stuff, so she'd be really into that. I'll have to let her know that it's going on. Where are you guys getting your reenactors from? Who's putting on that program, and what is a pioneer reenactment like?
Well, there's a couple of local families there who actually really help us out. They enjoy putting on reenactments, so they get all dressed up, and they really put on a good reenactment show. And then also with that, we also have some kind of reenactors from local areas, kind of some like soldier type themed reenactors, and they come out as well.
And is there any opportunity for like people who are coming to the event to be included in that, or is it more of a watch it from the audience, or how does that work?
It's more of a watch from the audience, I'd say, but I'm sure they can interact with everybody. So
cool. Now you said that you guys are having live music, which is always a plus for me because I love music and that's my thing. Is it like period type music, or is it modern stuff, or a mix, or who do you have coming out?
It's local bands, so small local bands coming out, and it's more period type music. And then we're also going to have some, along with the live music, we're going to have some storytelling. So some storytellers are going to come out and tell some stories about, back in the day.
Nice, cool. So from what you told me before, you've been doing this event for a couple of years, the Parks and Rec Center has been. How long has the event been going on, and what kind of turnout do you guys have in past years?
To my knowledge, it's been going on since 2003. So, and for turnout, we have around 300 people come out every year.
Wow, cool. So you guys also, we touched on your music, your reenactments, and your Victorian Tea Experience, but you've got some stuff for the kids too that's kind of geared towards them. Tell me about those other activities for them.
Yeah, so those activities, we have, I touched on it, the games. So like we have some lariats they can play, learn how to throw a lasso around, like we have a bullhead that we put on some hay. And then we got some other games, and we have some crafts as well. One of those crafts is our rope making machine. It's kind of cool. You put some twine on a machine, and then you can twine it up or roll it up, and it turns into rope. So
nice, that's awesome.
It's a cool little craft.
Yeah, the hands-on stuff's great for the kids because it'll keep them real entertained, keep the parents a little, keep them occupied for the parents rather. Yeah. So as far as you've talked about the activities, do you guys have like food vendors, or are there any kind of like artisans that are coming out for the event or anything to give that end of it?
Yeah, we do have one food vendor coming out, and we also are providing food in the Victorian Tea Experience.
Okay.
And also, I forgot about to mention, is we have a make your own ice cream.
Oh, nice.
Kind of machine. So yeah, they can come and make their own ice cream as well.
Cool. And that's a hands-on thing, or is that you come up and someone makes it for you, or?
No, it's hands-on. You can come up and do it yourself. So.
That's awesome. And is that extra cost? I assume?
All free.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's.
Well, the food vendor, he sells stuff, but the ice cream, the Victorian Tea Experience, that's all free.
That's awesome. That's really unique. So sponsors. Do you guys have any sponsors that helped get this on its feet and get it going?
Not this year. We don't have any sponsors. This year it's just us. So.
Wow. Okay. And like any good event, I imagine that you guys have volunteers, though, right? That help out to keep it running. Is that correct?
Yeah. We always have volunteers out there helping us out. Move on the event. So.
Okay. And if someone wants to get involved and volunteer, is there still an opportunity to do that? To get involved?
Yeah, of course. You could always contact us. We'll get you signed up, and you can come on out and help us out, earn some hours for your school, scholarships, things like that.
Yeah, cool. Now, what is your favorite part of the event, just personally?
Personally, I would have to say just kind of just being there in the environment, just because it's just a perfect setting for this good old days kind of theme. When you're there and all the reenactors are there, it's just perfect.
So it's a really unique event that's really bringing kind of that old school feel and the history to the community of Polk County. Why is it important for people to come out and experience that and kind of educate themselves on our history?
Yeah, I think it's very important. It kind of gives people a new perspective on life, and they're learning how their ancestors lived and seeing how what they had to do just to survive. I mean, you take things for granted like air conditioning, and indoor plumbing even, Yeah. So it's a real good perspective learning opportunity at this event.
For sure, because it's definitely a different world now altogether.
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh yeah.
And I know that they've been doing the event for a while, and it was probably before you came along, but do you know how it came to be? Like why Parks and Rec decided we need to do this event?
I would say just because of Holman Heritage Park, just the setting of it. It's got all those buildings, schoolhouse, we got a church from the 1870s, a couple houses there, log cabin, it's just, yeah, I'd say they saw the setting and said, match the two together, perfect.
Cool. Yeah, I've never been out to Homeland Heritage Park, so this is something that I may have to come out and check out,
Yeah,
because I didn't even know that we had those buildings out there and stuff to go experience. So that'll be cool. Now let's reinforce one more time. When is the event? Because I don't know if we even touched on that yet.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. It's April 23rd.
Okay.
It's going to be, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
All right, and all ages and free?
Yep, everyone's invited, and it's all free.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming out to promote the event. Polk County Parks and Recreation invites you to celebrate the Good Old Days Festival Saturday, April 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Homeland Heritage Park, which is 249 Church Avenue in Homeland. The festival will feature live music, a kids zone, pioneer craft demos, Victorian Tea Experience, live pioneer reenacting, and more. For more information, give them a call at 863-534-6911 or look them up on the web at parksandrec.polk-county.net.